Today I'm headed to Carson City. I have a little free time, so I'm going to go dig for records out there. I don't know where I'm going. I have a feeling I'm going to have a good day. And I took a shortcut on the old highway through Washoe Valley, Nevada. Carson City's about 30 miles south of Reno. And I'm going to show you these mountains here. This is nestled right up on the foothills. The Sierra Nevadas just tower straight up to my right here. And whenever I have time going to Carson City, I like to stop by here. Those are the Sierra foothills. And pelicans migrate over here. In a moment you'll see there's Washoe Lake here in Washoe Valley. And those clouds there, let me show you, that is Slide Mountain through the clouds. And two ski resorts are right there. They're combined these days. So over here is Washoe Lake, and it's really full this year as we've had a huge winter and we're having a lot of wet weather. This is just not common. We've pretty much come out of 15 years of drought, more or less. But over there on the shore are where the pelicans come and migrate, and they also go to Pyramid Lake. All right, coming down the grade into Carson City, and I'm going to hit some thrift stores, and there's a place called the Trading Post I'll stop by. Okay, thrift store number one. I've been here before, and I'm going to go on in. I have no idea what I'm going to find. So let's see. This is a pretty cool thrift store. I'm glad I stopped by here. I got a bunch of vinyl for $1 or less. Okay, so I found some records. And let's see what we have here. There's a great documentary right now on Herb Alpert on TV. Very interesting. And records here are $1.
Pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same.
Yeah, raising funds for 4 fantastic local organizations that make a real difference in our community. Get your
So I found a bunch of records, and they're going to be at the back end of this stack, of this crate.
Our starting lineup? Yeah, we're knocking it out of the park on 100.1 hits.
So I did good in there. A lot of singer-songwriters. Freddie Neal with Dolphins, another Freddie Neal. I did not have this one. This is cool. And this is S. David Cohen. This is Me. This is very nice. This is on Reprise. Tom Jans, Dark Blonde. And I love Jesse Winchester. This is A Touch on the Rainy Side. I have it on CD, don't have it on vinyl. Kate and Anna McGarrigle. Very nice. And this Terrence Boylan is good. Tons of great players on this. And this is an old Vanguard artist, Steve Gillette. He's excellent. I had never heard of him, so I love having the old, like Patrick Sky, of course Joan Baez, but there's so many, Ian and Sylvia, a lot of great Vanguard artists. Now this is David Ackles, and I had never seen this one. This is good to have. 80s production, but this guy's excellent. Peter Godwin, Correspondence. And Danny O'Keefe, So Long Harry Truman, nice record. A later Steve Goodman. And this is good too. This is Rob Strandlin. And not bad at all. I mean, this is, I sampled this. I like it. I like all these records, and I got a deal. I think I paid 50 cents for each of these records. And of course, the famous Jean-Pierre Rampal suite for jazz piano and flute. Now, this guy is a drummer, producer, singer, Narada Michael Walden. I got 4 of his in the shrink. And look at that hype there. Here's another one. And I was unaware of him, but excellent. More kind of like Luther Vandross a little bit. Al Jarreau somewhat. And there's Dave Mason's partner, Jim Kruger. This is a white label promo. I had to pick it up on a white label promo. Oh, there's Nicolette. Of course, her best album. Bonnie Kolak. I didn't know this one. There we go, Bonnie Bramlett, solo. I've heard about this album, glad to have it. I'm a big Bonnie Bramlett fan. What a singer. This is a cool record. David Blue, These 23 Days in September. This goes for a little bit of money. And all this vinyl is really, really clean. And here's a Windham Hill super, super minty clean. And here we go on the Philly Sound, McFadden and Whitehead. I'll take it. There's a Steve Goodman I'm gonna like a lot. And lastly, one of my all-time favorite songs, My Maria, written by Daniel Moore. His other brother was in Mad Dogs and Englishmen, and also they wrote Shambhala, B.W. Stevenson. Glad to have this record. And I'm off to another thrift store. And just a few things to point out, some records that all were standouts. I'm enjoying every single one of these records. The Rita Coolidge, the early one, I really like her first 2 records a lot. This Jim Kruger is really interesting. His penned version of We Just Disagree is just terrific. It really is. And here is the record. And here's a nice photo of Jim. I love his work with Dave Mason. And Dave, as I've said before, lives here. Now he's lived here for many years. He was up at North Lake Tahoe, and he was in Gardnerville. Now he lives in Reno, just at the foot of, very close to where I just filmed, is where Dave Mason lives at the tree line at the eastern slope of the Sierra Nevada mountains. And this Terrence Boylan, I mean, my gosh, went to Bard College, as I said, with Becker and Fagan. And he has everybody on this record. Jeff Baxter, Larry Carlton, Chevy Chase is on here. I don't know what he plays. Don Felder, so many. Jim Gordon, who else? Tim Schmidt, Russ Kunkel. Oh my gosh. And this is a beautiful white label promo. Here, let me show you. There we go. Very, very nice. And the studio production on all these records are just fantastic. And I love having this early Steve Goodman record, absolutely. And the second track on the A side, Blue Umbrella, a John Prine cover, is just really fantastic. And there's Steve. And interesting about Steve, he was from Chicago and just a lifelong Chicago Cubs fan. Read about Steve Goodman, it's really interesting. And Danny O'Keefe is such an underrated, underappreciated singer-songwriter. And this So Long Harry Truman is just a great listen. And again, everybody's on this. I'm not even going to go through it. Bernie Ledden, Glenn Fry, Don Henley, Randy Meisner, Linda Ronstadt. Good album. So I thought I would have a good day out there, and I did. I mean, singer-songwriters is right in my wheelhouse. And yes, Rich Strickler, You and I love this kind of music. And this Gene Loves Jezebel is actually a 3-song maxi single, and I already got it on a nice sleeve. Very cool find. There we go for Gene Loves Jezebel. And this is on Philadelphia International, McFadden and Whitehead. And man, Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now is just a good track. Here they are. I'm loving having this. And the last one here, guys, Freddie Neal on just the lime green Capitol. This is cool. Everybody's Talking is on here. The Dolphins, so nice. All right, enjoy the rest of the video. I'm going to continue on thrifting, and I'll see you at the tail end of this. Okay, this is Classy Seconds Thrift Shop, Community Thrift Shop. I've never been here. I've heard about it. In Carson City, I generally go to the older thrift stores that have been around a long time. So this is going to be interesting. We'll go on in. Oh my gosh, this place is big. I'm going to go back where the media is. Okay, this media area is pretty big. There's some records here. A lot of CDs. And I am finding records right here.
I don't know who said that.
Whoa. Hampton, the Duke. Babs. That's a great Henry Mancini, and that's in the shrink. And I did really well at that other thrift store, so we'll see. Sonny James. In Nevada, there's always going to be a lot of country. So I bought one record in there. It was 50 cents. And this is just in mint condition. You know, you got The Gambler, Lucille, Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town, Reuben James. And I have 2 other copies of this. I might send this one off. And I'm going to one more thrift store and then back to Reno. Okay, I think I have time for one more store. This is Scooby's Thrift Store. And I'm on Old Highway 50 that goes out to Dayton, Nevada. And let's see what, this is pretty new here, so let's see what's going on in here. So here at Scooby's, this is kind of a nice little media center. He did a little mobile of vinyl records up there. It's pretty darn cool. Let's see what he has. Oh, there's the King. And do they have, what is that? Anyway, so, oh, look at this, Audrey Hepburn. Ah, very nice, the Rat Pack. And you all know my history. I grew up in old Vegas in the golden era. My mom was an entertainer, chorus girl on the Strip at the Desert Inn. Dad was a maitre d'. And Mom worked with this guy right there, with Sammy. She never worked with any of the others. And that's the Sands Hotel. So let's see what we have here. Oh man, look at this. There's that Burton Cummings solo. Let me see. And he says there's another box of records in the back. That's a really beat Dave Clark 5. So this is another part of Scooby's warehouse, their furniture side. And he did say there's a box of records, so let's see what's in here. Got some Neil. Some Barbara. It's my favorite Neil Diamond record. I think I have 2 of them. Glenn Yarborough is such a nice guy. I don't know if he's still alive. I used to see him and say hello to him. And he knew Gene Clark. Lee Ritenour, very cool. What? Gene loves Jezebel. Check that out. Definitely getting that. Oh man, look at this copy of Ella in Hollywood. I just saw one a month ago and it was pretty beat. Joe Tex? Man, I love Al Jarreau. Now guys, I saw one in the back. Getting a little excited here. There it is. Bobby Blue Bland, Touch of the Blues. Have a look at that. Tyrone Davis, Love and Touch. So I had to get this Gene Loves Jezebel, and I've been getting really cheap records all day long. I paid $4 for this, and it's a 12-inch single. It's in the shrink, it's in mint condition. And then I got this Lee Ritenour. I love Rit, and that's Captain Fingers. That's a ripping good jazz album. Really, really good. So to support their store, these were 2 for $8. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Da-da! The corporate thrift giant. I don't really care that much for Goodwill, but I'm gonna go in. I have time to squeeze one more store in and we'll see if they have any vinyl at all. Let's see. So we'll look at a few records here. This is, I'm inside a Goodwill. And, you know, I just picked one of these up in Sparks. And Sparks is next to Reno, but that's in the shrink. These are $2 a piece, and I've been looking for the first 2 Rita Coolidge albums for a long time. Her first 3 or 4 are her best. Very country rock, very cool. And there's Hoyt. That's my neighbor at North Lake Tahoe. Used to see him a lot. His daughter went to North Tahoe High School. Great guy. And I've never had that. That's in the shrink. And check this out. This is in horrible condition. Tracy the cufflinks. Man, too bad it's not in good shape. Okay, heading back to Reno. And those mountains are totally socked in. It's snowing up there. What is this, June? What, mid-June? And it's dumping snow up there above 9,000 foot. This is one of the nicest ranch areas in the state of Nevada. This is, again, Washoe Valley. And that's Slide Mountain up there. coming back into Reno, and had a good day in Carson City. Very nice. 50-cent vinyl, and we'll see you back in the record room. Well, thanks for taking a short road trip with me to Carson City. I did good, did really good, enjoying the records. And by the way, congratulations to Aaron Alamer, 3 years in our vinyl community. And I'll see you next week. I've been digging at Bill's, and I'm going to go back again next Tuesday, so I'll be showing those records again. It's just been a ongoing great dig, and thanks so much for watching. See ya.